Again, I can't remember if I said this or not, but for those of you who are not in the know, I'm a wedding server, so I serve weddings and other parties. We don't just do weddings, but primarily 80% of the time, it's weddings. And they are always unique, but not always so unique, if that makes sense. Every party's different, but sometimes the differences are so minuscule that they might as well not even be different at all, if that makes any sense. You know, we have Indian weddings called barats. Barats are really fun. I like barats because they go on for like 5 days. Thankfully, we don't have to host them for 5 days, but the barats go on forever and ever and ever. The ceremonies themselves are like 4 hours long, and I love when that happens. I love when we have barats because I get to stand around and do nothing at all. But there was one instance many years ago where a coworker of mine, Sydney, I will call her. That's not her real name, but I'll just call her Sydney. I'm trying to protect a lot of people's identities and stuff, because if they ever watch these videos, I don't want them to be able to say, "Oh my god, you totally slandered me." Ah! That was ugly. 6. Oh shit. Oh shit. What ring is that? 6. Oh, thank God. Okay, so I can't wear the steel protection anymore. Okay, let's wear this one. Shit, I got lucky there. We need to get this done then. I just remembered, because if I lose my ring privileges, then I won't be able to run across this lava. Ooh, that's a potential game save killer right there for this challenge. If you're not allowed to wear rings, we'd have to go and fight a different boss until we're able to use rings again. Because I only said that the Covenant of Artorias ring is exempt from this challenge. But technically, I didn't say that one, so we'll stick with that rule. If I lose my ring privileges, then I will have to go and kill another boss. So we'll just have to be careful. Anyway, Sydney and I, it was an Indian wedding. It was really hot, summer day, probably 2013. I'd been working there for about a year. She'd been working there for about 6 months. And we were told to go and pass ice cream during the ceremony because it was really hot. You know, a lot of people in suits outside for like 4 hours. It's ridiculous. It's unrealistic that so many people could stay that cool. So we had to go out and pass these little ice cream cups. So we started in the back. You know, we didn't want to walk to the very front of the ceremony where these people are getting married and interrupt their ceremony. You know, walk in front of it like a big idiot. That's the whole thing with us is, with my company, we really prefer form over function. You know, as long as it looks good. If we have to choose between looking good and performing good, we will always choose to perform well rather than take a risk. Hey, those two guys are gone. Nice. Very nice. Okay, here we go. God, those things are so fucking scary. Pyromancy. And look, that ring that I got, the iron rusted ring, that allows me to move quickly in bad footing. You remember how earlier when I was here, I was walking very slowly? Now look, I'm walking around like normal. Like a normal human being. It's a good thing we went back to that asylum, because that's where we found the ring. Did they get me? Did they get me? Oh my god, they got me! Ah! I'm gone. Ah, I'm climbing out! Whee! What the hell? How did that not kill me, of all things? I was poisoned and damaged. Are you honestly gonna tell me that a level 1 can survive that? Now that's a little bit of silly. I don't like all these eyeballs. Too many! Running away. You're so freaky, I don't like it. You have brown eyes. Brown-eyed girl. That plays a lot at my work, too. Certain songs I will never want to hear again. Shit on your face. 1 head. I think that's the second time that I've gotten the head one, so unfortunately the onion helmet is going to have to remain off. And everything. No more head for me. Ooh. But that does mean... Potentially? Ah, there we go. Okay. Hot summer day. We wanted to pass ice cream. We started in the back, gave ice cream to the kids. It was all well and good. We were having fun. And then I got in one little fight. My mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in LA." You think I'm joking, but there was an altercation. We were about halfway across the ceremony. We had served the people in the back. We're making our way to the front. And all of a sudden, this guy in the front gets up. He's really mad. He's in like a three-piece suit. He comes to the front. He comes to where we are. He's obviously somebody really important. He's got like a lapel on. He's like the uncle or something of the bride or groom. And he is pissed. I could see it in his eye. But he didn't come and talk to me. No, he went and talked to Sydney, who was about 40 pounds lighter and about 6 inches shorter than me. So this guy didn't want to have an altercation with me. He went up to her, grabbed her by the collar of the shirt, pulled her close, looked her dead in the eye, and said, "Bring ice cream to the front." And then he pushed her back. He was that mad that he got in a physical, like a really physical, like, grasping position with us. Physical, trying to think of the proper term, physical, I don't want to say altercation, because it wasn't that serious. I mean, it was, she didn't touch her. He just grabbed her by the neck of the shirt, which is a very aggressive movement. Like, come on, like, how cruel do you have to be? That's not okay. And of course, you know, she was really shook up. I was really shook up that I even had to be there to see that. I was like, oh my God, did he really just do that? And he did. And we went and complained to our bosses, and they were of course outraged, completely outraged, shocked and appalled. But the event continued without anybody getting kicked out or even talked to. Tell you, that doesn't make you feel very secure at your job, when your bosses pretend to be really outraged by the behavior of their guests, but they're paying money. They've been scheduling this for so long. Who really cares about... Fuck. 4 legs. Who really cares about you? You know? It just gave the worst kind of impression when they didn't do anything. And they don't do anything, really. And that leads me into another story. A couple stories, actually. I said legs, yes, and I don't have anything on my legs. Okay, so the legs need to remain off, because that was the second time that I did the legs. You know what? Hold on, I'm going to equip the Tiny Beings ring. Here we go. Man, it's hot in here. Let's equip... Boost fire defense. That's it. No, Tiny Beings ring. Thank you. A little bit more health. Who knows? It could help. I'm really sad that we still got rid of the ring of favor and protection, the FAP ring, as some people call it. Man, it's fucking hot in here. God damn. I might need to take a break. I'm like overheating right now. Because I have a fan in here, but I don't want to turn it on because then you'd be able to hear it on the recording, and that's no fun. That's no fun at all. But anyway, I'm sorry. Let me check off that story. Check. There we go. The ice cream Indian story. Perfect. But a lot of crazy stuff's happened at my work. Let me just read off from my list that I've written down here. I'm not going to fight you. I've fought enough of you guys. Let's see. I have seen a knife fight. The stripper coke party. Oh yeah, that time that guy bled more than anybody I've ever seen. Oh, the fight at the PTA. That was fun. Oh, and the lady who ate cake. Oh, those are fun stories. And let's go through them all. So first of all, the knife fight. 2 guys, 2 big burly guys had pre-gamed. They had super drank a lot of alcohol before they got to my event center that I work at, and which is not an uncommon thing for people to do. You know, people like to do that. They don't have a problem getting super drunk before the party and staying drunk the entire time of the party. And if they want to do that, okay, whatever, but these guys went way too far because they started fighting in a drunken stupor with each other. And one guy pulled out a knife A legit knife. At first it was just pushing and shoving and all that, but then... How much health do you have? Thank you. Jeez Louise. There we go. Ooh, he dropped something. Don't be greedy. You. Okay, hold on. Let me stop the stories for just a second so I can kill these guys. Because I've been trying to focus on telling a story really well, and I just get distracted. Split them up. Knock them down. That attack gets me really hard. Why am I not using my shield more? Oh. There we are. That's a good-un. You see, when I can shut up and focus, things go well. Things go really well. Okay, maybe not that well. Well, I didn't get hit at all. Die, you eyeball freak. How dare you have more than 2 eyeballs? That is not the prescribed amount of eyeballs that I enjoy. See, Tiny Beings ring helped us out. And now the blue tear stone ring will inform us for when we're really low on health. Perfect. Love it. Just the best. Good, good, good. Now then. Yeah, 2 guys got really drunk. One of them pulled out a knife. A big one. I was there when it happened. It was like a buck knife. I don't even know where the hell he had it in his person. But he pulled it out, and rather than the other guy freaking out, like, oh my god, that guy's got a knife, what am I going to do? Instead, what the guy does is he pulls his own shirt off, he rips it open, and he screams at the other guy, "Stab me! Go ahead and stab me! You'll be like the 5th guy who stabbed me!" And just... I said, whoa. I got in between them. I said, whoa, 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 guys. Let's calm down. Have some cake. Let's have some cake. They didn't want to have cake. They got mad that I even intervened. Okay, I didn't say it like that, but I still intervened bravely, I would say, considering how big that fucking knife was. Oh, there I am. I did. Thanks, buddy.
I feel like I'm always thanking you. I curse my own ability.
Don't feel too bad. We all suck at some level. Okay, I admit that if you've played Dark Souls, you'll know what I'm doing with this guy. With Siegmeyer. He's always getting into a pickle, this guy. Remember last time we saw him, he was, oh, what was he doing? He needed some poison help. Some of these little herb thingies that I've got here. He needed some help, and I graciously allowed him to have some help. Anyway, so they settled down when they realized I was there. Well, myself and my boss was lurking around nearby. Like, oh my god, I almost got written up for that. Getting in between these 2 guys when they were obviously going to try to stab each other. But I had to do something. You know, maybe I would have been killed in the line of duty, but... Hey! It's part of my job description. Besides, I knew he wouldn't really stab me. I could tell it in his eyes. Whee! If I can brave Dark Souls, I can brave a big douche with a knife. Oh no, that's the thing! I'm not gonna say that was the scariest thing to ever happen to me. And I'm kind of exaggerating that I jumped in between them. I kind of just... I wasn't right in between them. I just kind of said like, whoa, calm down, guys. I'm totally out of place, but... it seemed to do the charm. It broke the spell that they were under. Their little aggression. Okay, I didn't really get in between them. I just kind of like yelled from the sidelines like, calm down! Here I am trying to sound braver than I was. I'm a big coward. I didn't get in between them at all. It was scary. What would you have done? Here I am trying to make myself sound like a hero. No. God. But I was there for the stripper coke party. I was there for the stripper coke party. The bride and all the bridesmaids were either current or former strippers. And my boss and I were walking towards the bridal suite to go get the bridesmaids, and we go in, and all the bridesmaids, there's like 7 of them, they're surrounding this glass coffee table that we have in the bridal suite, and they had what looked like baby powder or sugar on the table in a big bowl of it. At first I thought they had taken some sugar from the back, because we have like the same kind of bowls. But no, it wasn't baby powder, and it wasn't sugar. It was booger sugar, people. It was dat booger sugar, cocaine. And the bride frickin' goes, I'll never forget this, she goes, "Guys, I told you not to bring that shit here." Oh, and we didn't do anything. We just said, oh shit, I'm out of Estus. We just said, we're gonna look the other way on this. Please don't use this here. Let's just put it in the bathroom. We'll lock the door. I've got the key. You know, this is my boss talking now. I've got the key. We will unlock it for you at the end of the party, but you're not going in there at all. We didn't confiscate it, but it was a really intense situation. Oh, God. That was a good one. But let me focus a little bit on the game. So look at this cool temple. See those really big statues there? They're moving. Those really big things over there, the statues that look like these little guys, the guys that come alive. I always wanted to see if I could hit those big things. Look at how big they are compared to us. They're huge. Why has nobody talked about how big that guy is? I mean, look at how small the regular ones are. Hold on, let me get the mouse. Okay. Okay, here, I'll direct the mouse. Okay, see that little guy? That's what a normal-sized enemy looks like. Okay. Now look at that guy. How frickin' big is he? Oh my god, why is he not a boss? My lord. Anyway. So, that was weird. That was a weird one. Oh, and then the guy who bled. I'll say that really quick before we go into this boss. This guy and his wife were getting this huge argument. I don't know what it was about. They just kept getting more and more mad at each other. And this guy he was at my table. He was just getting more and more mad. I didn't hear what the wife was saying. They were kind of whispering talking, but he would be like, and his face was getting more and more red. He was like 60 years old. He had one of those bald spots where like he has the island, you know what I mean? Where he has like nothing on top, but he's got the hair around his head. And all of a sudden, he stands up and he sweeps the table with his arm. He puts his arm like almost all the way across the table and whips everything off of it. Glass, plates, silverware, everything. And I don't exactly know where he cut himself, but he sliced his arm up something nasty. And he stormed out of there, and he was bleeding profusely. Look at this, by the way. Look at this fun little slide. He was just out like this. Okay. What's happening here? Is this because I have this ring on? Hold on, is this because I have the iron rusted ring on that I'm maintaining my footing here? This is hilarious. But yeah, he swept the table, he was bleeding, we tried to find him outside, but I guess he hopped in his car and probably tied a tourniquet on his arm, because we didn't find him, and we didn't hear anything about him. So he made it home. I don't know. What is my character doing? Master, you don't know how a slide works. By the way, here's the next boss. Yes, everybody, it's Plant Thulu. It's rooted to the ground Cthulhu. Whee! Did I take damage? Yes, I diddly did. Oh shit! I have no health. Hello, Plant Thulu, also known as the Witch of Izalith. That's right, everybody. Welcome to the Bed of Chaos. One of the most annoying, worst bosses in the entire Souls series. Because Plant Thulu here is a very powerful little annoying butthole. Plant Thulu here has a terrible ability to make the floor disappear. and to sweep you into holes. Okay, here we go. But thankfully, we just have to go over to Plant Thulu's golden balls. Take no damage, run over to them. Hello! And punch it right in the face. You know, because balls have faces. That was actually one of the Witch of Izalith's Daughters of Chaos. Ooh. And look, by eliminating that power-restricting ball, the spirit of the Witch of Izalith is somewhat freed. Yeah, look at that. So, apparently, the Witch of the Witch of Izalith, which I'll just call her the Witch of Chaos at this point, is a big fan of the comic Parasite. A big fan because of that arm hook thing. That's a really good... Have you guys ever read Parasite? I've got a funny little story to tell about it. Ugh! 8. I don't care. I don't care at all. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm just going to take it off. Ooh, be careful there. I'm going to take my weapons off completely. As a matter of fact, I'm even... Well, no, I won't take my shield off. But I'm going to take my weapon off to prove that you can beat this boss without weapons. And I really should save this boss for a time when I have no armor on at all. But I'm not going to, because I want to get this boss over and done with. This boss is a really interesting study in great lore. The Witch of Izalith is a fantastic lore character in Dark Souls. Has a huge part in what has happened here. Essentially what has occurred is the first flame was going out, and so the Witch of Izalith, you know, the whole first flame where Izalith, Gwyn, and Nito found their souls. So they decided, oh shit, you know, we can't let the big fire go out. Before that, all the dragons were alive and life was shit. We can't go back to that. So instead, the Witch of Izalith said, you know what, I'm a pyromancer. Fire's like my bread and business. So why don't I just make a new first fire? She tried it, and everything bad in the universe happened. Essentially, all these weird demons and stuff came from her. Came from her little attempting to recreate a naturally occurring phenomena. It's kind of like if somebody tried to recreate the sun, but instead discovered the atom bomb. Hold on a second. Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, look, if you guys have ever read Parasite, that's a pretty good representation of what the parasites can do. So let's be very cautious here. We still have to get over to those golden balls over there. And look, the floor is falling away. This is another reason why people hate the Bed of Chaos, because it can sweep you into the holes. It has a lot of really hard to predict attacks, and just is generally quite unfair with how it proceeds. Even the game developers, I believe, claim that the design of the Bed of Chaos is flawed. Very flawed. But if we can just get over to that golden ball over there, things should be okay. Ow! And then things were not okay forever. Oof! Drink for your life! Go, 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 go. Shit. We just gotta run. Go! So close. 5. Ring slot number 1. Ah, shit. No more ring slot number 1, folks. Hey! Yet again, not the ring you were thinking of. Fantastic. Okay, time for a personal story, something that happened to me very recently, and I'll relate it to Parasite.